Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Ford Field. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. They'll go again here with Henry. And a good run there on second down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Henry. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. And more. It'll wind up a gain of 5 on 4th and 2. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing Jackson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
And he's going to be taken down. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right to the air, here's Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. Goff to throw on 1st down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Ravens out front. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. On play action, Goff. That is caught. What a throw. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
2nd down, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Zadarius Smith forcing his way in to bring him down. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Jackson. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Amik Robertson. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll take this down inside the 30. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up. Once again, it's Gibbs. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down. From the gun, it's Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he will score. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson now. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Jackson. This one caught downfield by Flowers. He is in. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. All right, Coach, second half drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. On the bootleg, it's Goff. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Brandon Stevens there to bring him down. They face 2nd down and 7. Goff to throw. Catch is made by Wright. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. That's quickly out to Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing here is Goff. Off he goes. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down. Here now, a toss to Montgomery. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it'll be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. Now it is 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First and 10. Jackson looking to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Jackson so nimble. He's got the first down and wisely gives himself up at the end. He'll look to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. Now he's loose again. And he's into the end zone yet again. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. To throw is Goff. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, McCarthy rolling to his right. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. Loose inside the 30, and he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now McCarthy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Addison hauls it in. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Jones will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will go to Henry out wide. Able to push his way through. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. On the option right is Jackson. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson being chased out left. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Here's McCarthy. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now Jackson. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Jackson now. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now it's Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
From 13 yards out.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
McCarthy operating from the gun. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing is McCarthy.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now it's Jackson off play action. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The tight end in motion right. They go play action with Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From the gun, Jackson. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
After the sack, they come up on 3rd and goal from the 18. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. They run it with Chandler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Yeah, they'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Now Chandler.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
51 yards.
And the Vikings use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings...
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
32 Stinger.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Ready.
Tua now from the gun. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to AJ. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Go ahead.
Quick touch pass to the receiver.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
A give on 3rd to Mostert. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Not 1st down. Here's Tagovailoa. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Pushes it toward the sideline, and he has it. Feet are in bounds. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cutting near the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. And it's fielded but not returned from the end zone, so the ball's going to be placed at the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right to the air. It's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hey, 73, 73.
From midfield on 2nd down. Headed out right. The throw right side, caught by Goddard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this one doesn't go far. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they hit him right after he made that catch. That's going to deny him the first. It's 4th down. On 4th down, Hurts. They connect for the first. And that one's going to move the chains. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Eagles with 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Long-time standout Calais Campbell there for the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Devon Holland comes up with it. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
1st down, here's Tua. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's going to go out of bounds up past the 15.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll go out at the 35-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Get set. Hey, out.
Here's Tua again. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it inside the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their...
Are going well. Sometimes you really just get into a groove, and this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Sanders all set to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And now they face second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Hurts trying again on second down. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
That's caught for the first. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Forced out to his right. He'll get this one to Brown. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up first and 10. A play fake now hurts to throw. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
No contact. 73. Out.
One final shot before halftime. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, Britton Covey. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they are just a hop and a skip away from midfield as he goes out of bounds up beyond the 45.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. On the move, headed right. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts setting up to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Hurts looking to throw. He brings it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's got to be one of the shortest completions I've ever seen on the curl and go. That route's like a fine wine, Kate. It gets better the longer it matures. But that court came out a little early that time, and it was only a small gain.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
No contact. No contact.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So it's going to be 4th and short.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
He's throwing for it. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2. But as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they